productivity is part of our society. I think workaholic being a workaholic is like this it's quite fashionable, right? You get rewarded for it. To be an alcoholic, you don't necessarily always get rewarded for it. Maybe there's like, oh, they're always super fun at a party. But eventually, once you're at that place, it's not, you're not being rewarded for it.
Yeah.
But with being a workaholic, you sort of get rewarded for it. Being a productivityaholic, like you sort of get rewarded for it. So that's where it becomes really tricky. On the outside, you feel that reward, but on the inside,
Hmm.
you're creating such a hollow cavity of emptiness and disconnection that you have to really measure, are the benefits actually worth the costs?
My mind is blown. Like, I think you are directly speaking to me with every word you've said in that,
Oh.
because I think you're right. And when I worked for a Swedish company, and like primarily in Sweden, and their work life balance. And by the way,
uh,
they also have like clinical recognition for burnout, where your doctor or your therapist can prescribe you in like 30-day, 60-day increments, like time off of work. And so when I worked there, I was so shocked and surprised. And quite frankly, it was alarming at first how much work life balance people had. And of course, everyone's on technology and has phones and, all of that. But the way they would spend time with their spouses and with their families and their children, and it's, 5 o'clock, I got to pick my kid up. I'm done working. I'm on
mhm.
holiday for a month. I'll be on a boat and there won't be any cell phone service. So don't try to reach me. And if you do try to reach them, they don't respond. And it's like, at first I was like,
Mhm.
how does this country do business? And it's like, well, guess what? They're not always just fried. And I would always notice like so much innovation comes out of that country, like Spotify, IKEA. What did IKEA do? It revolutionized and changed the furniture business, made it cheap and accessible for everybody, right?
And
What did
quality.
and quality. And what did Spotify do? Spotify saved the music industry that was dying to Napster. People illegally downloading music, and people weren't getting paid, and people were, and what did it do? I don't know how much it is now, but it's like, $10 a month. You can stream anything you want. Artists get paid. People get to enjoy their music. You're not downloading any viruses to your phone and your computer. Like, everybody wins. And so
Right.
I look at it and I think I just talked to a friend that I have over there a month or so ago who quit his job to start a business. And why can he do that? Well, he isn't going to lose his house. He's going to have health care. He when you don't work there, there's a social safety net that you get like 90% of your
Yeah.
salary for the first year. All of these things. And I realize like here, there's such an economic stress on us to be productive, to work
Yeah.
long hours, to work overtime, to just keep working through the list that just keeps growing, and all of these things. And I think a lot of that too also comes. I was just talking to my therapist about this last week, where I said, I think I was meant to be born in the 50s and 60s. I think I would thrive with like a 9 to 5 job and then spending time with my family. Like, I think I would thrive in that. But I have such an individualistic personality and a productivity problem, which I guess is now a productivity addiction. It's really difficult. And I think it does take its toll on my friendships and my relationship and, relationships with others. I've just never really thought of it that way.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, like a very extroverted person will marry or, be in relationship with a very introverted person. And they have very different needs social needs. One person, it's Friday and they're exhausted from the week and they're like, I just need to, download and, watch Shrinking on Apple
Yeah.
TV, right?
My
And
gosh.
ordering
We did that
pizza.
last
I love that
weekend.
show. Oh
Yeah.
my God, I love that show. Or the person is like, oh, I've been working all week with all these people. I just want to go and have fun and be with my friends. Right. And so there's those two very important differences. And there isn't a right or a wrong. And so within a couple, It depends on how long they've been together, because if they've been together for a while, I think you generally find like, "Hey, why don't you go out? I'm gonna stay in," and everybody's happy. But then there's other times when you're like, "Oh, I really want you to come with me," or
Mm.
"I really want you to stay home with me and watch a show with me." And so that's where the communication comes in, and it's not like you're saying this means more, this means more. It's more like, you know, how do we do this together? Like,
Yeah.
it's not even like, um, it's more collaborating than it is like cooperating, or I can't think of the word I'm trying to come up with, but
I know what you mean.
it's like, let's come together, figure out how we can make this work for both of us. So sometimes it can look like, well, let's have dinner together. Um, and then, maybe, I'll go out and you can stay home. Or let's go over to these friends' house for dinner and let them cook for us and we'll hang out with them. But then let's leave by 9:30. And so we can come home and still have time to unwind and be mellow. It's just kind of this way, how can we collaborate together versus like compromising? That was the word,
Yeah, that
right?
was
It's
a
like, oh, well, I have to do it this week, so you have to do it. And nobody's really happy, but it's when we come together and we're a team and we really think about ourselves as a team, then we can make a decision that feels kind of good for both of us. E- Every person is going to need to stretch in some way in their relationship, like the being on time one. Like I have to stretch in order to be on time, and really bring that to consciousness. And but I do it because it makes me feel happier that my husband is more relaxed, because it's like I'm giving him a gift, and then I feel good about myself.
What is on time to you? Because I feel like because so you're the one that's a
I'm
little
the
late.
late
Because
one. Yeah.
I'm a 10-15 minute late to a uh, not necessarily a dinner, but like to some people, it's like you're 5 minutes late. You may as well have been 2 hours late. You're going to get treated the same way. But if what is that to you? Like, what is on time?
I mean, it depends if it's a dinner, if it's a flight, if it's,
Hope you're on time to your flight because that will leave without you.
yeah. I have a friend who says if you're on time, you're late. So that means you're supposed to be there early. Um, for me, it really depends on the environment. Last night I had dinner with some girlfriends and I knew I was going to be 5 minutes late based on when I was finishing my day and my kids were getting home and the distance I was going to travel. And I said, I'm going to be 5 minutes late. Um, so I was on time, but the dinner reservations were at 7:15 and I got there at 7:20. Um, I think it comes down to a lot of communication, um, around like when you're going to be somewhere. With a flight, that's where it really caused a lot of issues for my husband and I, because I, as a productivity addict, don't like to waste time.
Yes.
And so there's always like one more thing I can put away before we go out the door to get to the airport. And what am I going to do? Sit at the airport and like there's nothing to do, just be on my device. And so it was, if I'm traveling by myself, I never check a bag. I, go through TSA pre-check and right on, and it's not an issue. But if we're traveling together, I notice that my entire family travels with much more grace and much more serenity when we give ourselves plenty of
Hmm.
time, like 2 hours. And I've started to look at that time, that 2 hours at the airport, less as a waste of time and more as a gift of peace. And so
Mm.
shifting to that place of like, oh, I'm giving myself peace, I'm giving my family peace. And that's this gift that I'm giving myself versus this gift of being productive at home.
Thank you for listening to this clip from the full episode of Eyes Wide Open. Please like and subscribe for daily clips and new episodes that drop every Tuesday. I appreciate you.